Hello and welcome. My name is Highsmith. I am a poet and spoken word artist. I have with me today my daughter Ari Highsmith on piano slash keys. And right behind me, I have my daughter Shatarin Highsmith, who is on flute and iwi, that's electric wind instrument today. And actually, they have their own separate duo called Luna Soul Child. So if you want to check them out, please do so. We are thankful and honored to be a part of this Black History Month celebration through the Memorial Art Gallery. Thank you also to WDKX for helping to sponsor this and keep this going this year. We were concerned it wouldn't happen, but we are very thankful. So we are celebrating 20 years of the Black History Month celebration at the MAG. So kudos for that. Thank you, Memorial Art Gallery, for keeping this going. I think we've been to almost all of them. So today we're going to share some of our pieces with you in honor of Black History Month. Now is the time for harvest. The planting time of Middle Passage, slavery, Civil War, and the freedom movement is now calling for this time of harvest. For at a time when we should have been shouting for victory, we found that our breath had been knocked right out of us. At a time when we should have been flying high, we found that our wings had been clipped. And at a time when we should have been leaping for joy, we found that our legs had been cut out right from under us. But I tell you, like Bird told Dizzy, now is the time. Like Martin told America, now is the time. And like Oprah told Obama, see, we have been preparing for such a time as this. Somehow we have found our second wind to sing and shout with a brand new voice. We have grown new wings and are getting ready to take flight. We miraculously sprouted these new legs to run and leap and dance with. Now some call these the last times, the evil times. But I have been sent here to tell you what time it truly is. See, right now is my time. Right now is your time. Right now is our time, our harvest time. So that was a bit of Afro blue, courtesy of the arrangement of Mr. Robert Glasper, and my piece entitled Harvest Time. That's original work by me. And this next piece I'm going to do a cappella. It's one of I'd say the pieces that are near and dear to my heart, and it just seems appropriate to do this for our Black History celebration. She is my soul's sister. No, not my soul sister, because we all know that that played out decades ago back in the 70s. But what I'm talking about is my soul's sister. You know, my homegirl, my partner, my chica, and my mon ami. See, we dipped ourselves in the river Euphrates when the world was young and new. Carved ourselves in stone walls, immortalized in ancient hieroglyphics. We wore our natural hair, wore dashikis, twisted our berets, and yes, we started a revolution. No, she's not my man, my husband, or my lover, but I can certainly call her a significant other. You know the one who's got my back when I must step up to fight, and the one who talks me down before I prematurely bite, strokes my mane while I roar, then coddles me close to soothe my whimper. The one whose sole purpose for competing with me is so that we both will shine at our best, pushing each other, propelling us both higher as we boldly go where no man has gone before. Yes, my soul's sister, the oxygen that fuels my flame, my partner in life for life, the one whose only faith in me is surpassed by the faith in the divine creator. So you see, I call her something more than a confidant or a supporter or my good friend. She is what I like to call my soul's sister. Thank you for listening to that one. So I can't, talk about the sisters without bringing in much respect to our brothers. So this is a piece that will collaborate with my daughter, Ariana, on piano. Beautiful black man, with your beautiful black hands, lay your hands on me. Caramel black man, with your almond eyes that twinkle my way when you smile. Butterscotch black man, with your fruitfully sweet lips, press them full upon my forehead once more. Brilliant black man, with your devastating mind, always challenging my very own intellect. Strong black man, with your perfectly broad shoulders, carry me in your arms again and again. Soulful black man, with your benevolent bursting heart, inspire me in many ways to give. Powerful black man, with your massive chest, go ahead, puff it out so I can lay and rest my head. Sensitive black man, with your heavenly touches, save just for me. Gorgeous black man, for whom my heart chases, for whom the blood in my veins races. I simply want you to know that you are beautiful and always loved. Thank you, Ari. So that was a little mixture of Angie Stone's Brother and my original piece, Beautiful Black Man, in honor of all the brothers. So we're going to bring in my daughter Shatarin, and we're going to do, a couple of songs back to back, and we had to incorporate this into our set today, for sure. Say their names, lest we forget who they are, forget what they mean, forget that their lives mattered, that our lives matter, that black lives matter. Let us not forget how fragile and precious life is. Forget how valuable the act of simply breathing is. Let us not forget why we march. Forget why we chant, why we push. Forget why we yell and scream, why we legislate and infiltrate, and why we take things over, why we stand in long lines that wrap around buildings to vote. It is because of our promise for life, for liberty, for our pursuit of our happiness. Because of Martin's dream and America's bounce check, Malcolm's necessity, and Fannie Lou's sick and tired of being sick and tired of this utter nonsense. So we say their names, lest we forget. Amadou Diallo, Mike Brown, Sandra Bland, Tamir Rice, India Cummings, Breonna Taylor, Daniel Prude, Daniel Prude, say their names lest we forget. I had to go. I had to come in unity with my community. On the street where he died, on the street where I played as a child, he died. Daniel Prude died in the cold street, naked, not in his right mind, being laughed at by those called to protect and to serve him. He died with a bag over his head, face smashed into the street. On the same street where I walked with my brothers and sisters and my best friends, where we went to Mason's store for candy before and after school, and Gladys's place for sweet potato pies after church, or where I outran the neighborhood boys in the field at forest school. Yes, my community. I parked in the lot of what used to be J&E Grocery, black owned, just like Mason's and Gladys's and Taylor's store further up the street. Oh, and that black owned funeral home around the corner. As I walked these streets as a child, see, that's all I knew, community. Today, we passed the elderly black women sitting in their front yard. We all nodded and said, "How you doing?" out of respect. Now I think we all know how we're doing today. We're hurt, angry, sad, mad. I rounded the corner and saw Asa, Mr. Former Black Panther himself, mentoring the new Black Lives Matter young men. I heard the voice of Justin on the mic, praying for our community. I saw white folks, blacks, Latinas, old age, middle age, and even little kids dancing to James Brown music in the street. I greeted everyone. Hey, Whitney. see you, Danielle. Hey, Shaq. Hey, Ricardo. I saw the black women doing what we do, coordinating and instructing, speaking, directing. That's how it is. Then I heard tale of children on this street on this day, laying on floors to avoid gunshots. This street, this community. I smell the aromas of candles and embers burning and wafts of sage. Then engulfed, embossed, and emboldened by Lena's spoken word, as my daughter and I bowed down to light our candles in honor of Daniel's life. I felt life again. I hadn't for the last 2 days. I felt, saw, heard, and experienced celebration of life, of resilience, of power. I witnessed community, my community. See, you cannot kill us. Thank you, ladies. So that was Daniel Caesar's Frontal Lobe, musically paired with my new piece, Say Their Names. And we fused that with a piece by Mr. Jimmy Highsmith Jr. entitled No One Knows Me. And I'm not sure if I want to call this Daniel Prude's piece, Community for Daniel. I haven't quite titled it yet, but it was an experience that I had over the summer of last year. So this next piece I'm actually going to do solo without any musical accompaniment. It's a piece that a lot of people seem to request, and I think it speaks to not only humankind, but also Black folks as a people. And so hopefully you can relate on some level. Hold me back. Hold me back and try to suppress me. Push me down and apply unbearable pressure. Then this automatic spring engages, and something inside of me will bounce. Bounce with 7 times the force that you tried to compress, blasting you off of me and catapulting me toward the skies. Pass me by. Pass me by and try to ignore my very presence. Yet strut around like you don't even see me standing right here. Then something happens. See, this lion's heart will leap forward and something inside of me will bounce. Bounce with gushes of I adore you, and yes, I'm more too. Finding a way to the tip of my pen and that verve in my voice. pulsating my fingertips and drawing you right into my embraces. Now we look around and we see nations raging over things like weapons and oil and such. It seems like diplomacy has failed and the same old politics prevail. But when that happens, see, these indescribable passions for peace kick in, and I tell you that something inside of me will bounce with words of wisdom welling up from somewhere deep in my core. And that old drum major instinct that Martin talked about, see, that drum major instinct begins to boom. So I say, go ahead and try dehumanization, try segregation, try gentrification. I'm telling you that none of that ish will work on me. For you see, as long as these lungs are still breathing, and as long as this heart is still beating, that there is something, yes, something inside of me that will always bounce. Thank you. So once again, I am Lou Highsmith, and I do poetry and spoken word. You can find me on Facebook, on Instagram. Go to Lou Creations. That's my website, so that'll keep you up to date on what I've been doing, what I am doing. I have a few books out. Please feel free to check those out. I have a spoken word CD. My darling husband, Jimmy Highsmith, and I collaborated on spoken word CD. So that's out there. I found out it was on TikTok. I don't even know how I got there. But I appreciate it. And you can follow Luna Soul Child on Instagram. Yes?
Yep. LUNASOLCHILD.
Okay. So thank you again, Memorial Art Gallery, for continuing with our Black History celebration. We are thankful and humbled to take part in it. Thank you again.